I'm making this video especially for you, Hari. So this is the plane that I built. It took me about 12 years to finish building this. So what you're seeing is called an experimental aircraft, and it has a single engine, and you see the 4-bladed propeller in the front of it, and it has got aluminum wings. So these wings are made out of aluminum sheet, and stuff that you see here, the little dots, these are called rivets. And in a different video I'll show you how this wing was constructed. So you might already know, so on the wings, two wings, we have something called an aileron. So these two are the ailerons, and this and the one on the end of the other wing, and the middle of both the wings is something called a flap. So these flaps are used to slow the speed of the plane when you're coming into land, and the ailerons are of course used to turn the airplane. And it has got 4 seats, 2 in the front like you see here, and I have not installed the seats at the back. There are 2 seats at the back. It has got 2 wheels in the front. Those 2 little steel pipes that you see coming out are the exhaust from the engine, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the engine a little later. So right now let's look at the top. If you see the top, if you see, there are 2 aluminum small little pieces there where my hand is pointing. So those in the 2 wings are for filling fuel on the top, and the square section that you might see is a cover on top of the there you see row of rivets or screws. So that's the cover for the fuel tank. There is a fuel tank here, and there is a fuel tank on this side. They can each carry about 26 gallons, which is about 75 liters each. And these 2 are the radios, antenna for the radios. This is an antenna for what is called an emergency location transmitter, in case I'm in an emergency and need rescue. So this will come on automatically and alert the rescue guys to see where I am. That is called a strobe light. That is switched on. It's a flashing red light that you see on top of planes. That's the registration number. And here is what is called an elevator. The elevator is basically named because that's what gets the plane up and down. And there is of course 2 on both sides. And this small little piece that you see here is something called a trim. Trim is used to it's kind of autopilot kind of thing. Not exactly an autopilot, but it helps to reduce the pressure on the joystick. I'll explain more about that later. So this is called the rudder, which is the 3rd direction. So the ailerons turn the plane like in a roll fashion. The elevators make the plane go up and down, and that's called the rudder, which makes the plane left and right. So these are the basic controls. And of course this is called a tail wheel because the wheel, it's the 3rd wheel is at the back, and the other conventional planes that you might see in the, let me see if I can zoom in one of these. So if you see the other plane there, these planes have a nose wheel. These are called conventional tricycle gear, and these planes are called tail wheel planes. Tail wheel planes require a little bit more finesse or expertise in flying them. Not exactly while flying, but when it comes to land, you need to be an expert to be able to land them properly. And you see the open section there, so on a piece of same yellow sheet metal will go there once I'm finished testing the plane. Right now I'm in the process of testing the engine, and let's get in and I'll switch on the engine. Maybe you can fly with me, not exactly fly, but taxi with me.